Good afternoon, student. So far we are discussing about many functional groups, like we have discussed acid, aldehyde, ketones, acid, like that. And today also we are going to discuss a new topic, that is functional group. Have you guessed that? Okay, slightly I will give a clue. So very simple logic question. Your atmosphere contains how many percentage, that is the percentage 78 percentage, which gas means? Of course, obviously you know the answer is nitrogen gas. And so many fertilizers we are using containing the constituent nitrogen. And when we take vitamins, that is vitamin especially B6 containing nitrogen compound, it is used in skins and blood cells, etc. we are using. And the discussion, the nitrogen constituents we are going to use as a dyes, drugs, pesticides, and even we are making polymers. So from that we are going to see the main compound, that is nitrogen compounds. So enter into the topic organic nitrogen compounds. So if you take organic nitrogen compounds, we are going to discuss about, there are two types of functional groups. One is a nitro group and another one is a amine group. But today our topic is, we are going to see about nitro group. Okay. So what is this nitro group? First of all, what is the general formula? The general formula for nitro compounds is RNO2. And what is the functional group for a nitro compound is NO2 group alone. And how do you get this nitro compounds? If I am taking a hydrocarbon, any hydrocarbon, let me take a basic hydrocarbon, very simplest hydrocarbon, methane. If you are taking this hydrocarbon, the replacement of a one hydrogen by a nitro group, CH3NO2, that is the replacement of the one hydrogen by a nitro group, you will get a nitro compounds. So how do you get a nitro compounds? By the replacement of the hydrogen by a nitro group. Next, coming to the classification. So the classification, okay, if I am taking the classification of a nitro compounds, this nitro compounds mainly classified into two types. General type, one is aliphatic nitro compounds and aromatic nitro compounds. Aliphatic nitro compounds and aromatic nitro compounds. If I am taking aliphatic nitro compounds, I will give an example, CH3NO2. I can give nitromethane, nitroethane also example, because aliphatic system up to 5 carbon you can take, that is nitromethane. And aromatic nitro compound also I will give a nitrobenzene as an example. So first nitro compound classified into two types, one is aliphatic nitro compounds and aromatic nitro compounds. And further, these aliphatic nitro compounds, further they are classified into nitro compounds and nitrile compounds. Let me take an example. Nitro compound means I will take aliphatic all system. I will give one more example, CH3, CH2, CH2, NO2, nitromethane, nitromethane, nitroethane, nitropropane. Just I already mentioned two examples, one more higher members I have taken here. And alkyl nitrites, that is alkyl nitrites example CH3, CH2, O N double bond O, that is this is nitro system, this is nitrite system. So, this name as ethyl nitrites, that is aliphatic nitro compound classified into two types, one as a nitro compounds and nitrites compound. Nitro compound means the group is NO2, nitrite compound means ONO2. These two are functional isomerism, that is NO2 and ON double bond O, they are two functional groups. Now, coming to aromatic system. So, aromatic nitro compounds, they are also broadly classified into two types. One is if I am taking arene compounds, arene nitro compounds, I will give an example. For arene nitro compounds, it will take C6H5NO2, that is nitrobenzene, and same way one more chance for aryl alkyl nitrites, nitro compounds. Aryl alkyl nitro compounds. For example, what is aryl means? Aryl group means more than carbon number 5. Up to carbon number 5 aliphatic system, carbon number 6 onwards aromatic system. So, aryl alkyl nitro compounds. Example, aryl group C6H5 and alkyl group CH2 nitro compounds, that is okay, C6H5CH2NO2. So, how you get this? If you are taking a CH3NO2 nitromethane, in that nitromethane one of the hydrogen atom is replaced by a phenyl group. So, the compound name is phenyl nitromethane. So, we are classified only two types classification, aliphatic, aromatic, and that will be classified into nitro compound, nitrites compound, and same way aromatic nitro compound classified into arene nitro compound and aryl alkyl nitro compounds. And one more, same way if I am taking this aliphatic nitro compound, that specially that nitro compound, the nitro compound itself, if I am taking the nitro compounds, this alone we are classified into three types, that is primary nitro compound, secondary nitro compound, tertiary nitro compound. This is a symbol for primary, secondary and tertiary system. Now, I will give an example for primary. CH3NO2 primary, that is nitromethane, and secondary CH3CHCH3NO2, this is a secondary compound, and tertiary CH3CH3CH3NO2. Okay, but how do you analyze whether it is primary, secondary and tertiary? Let us go and check the functional group. Here the functional group is nitro group. The functional group attached to carbon. This is a functional group attached to carbon. If it contains hydrogen. Okay, if I am taking this is a hydrogen, and one more example also, if I am taking CH3, CH2, NO2 also, that comes under a primary. So here if I am taking this nitro group attached to carbon only, you should check. This nitro group attached to carbon, if it contains 2 hydrogen atom, if I am taking 2 hydrogen atom, this comes under a primary nitro compound. And same way, if I am taking this secondary, the nitro group functional group attached to carbon, if it contains 1 hydrogen atom, that is secondary. If I am taking tertiary, same, the functional group nitro compound attached to carbon, no hydrogen. So based on the availability of hydrogen attached functional group carbon, we can divide the nitro compounds into 3 types. One is primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary means the functional group attached to carbon should contain 2 hydrogen atom, and secondary means the functional group attached to carbon contains 1 hydrogen atom. Tertiary means the functional group attached to carbon, no hydrogen atom. This is the classification of nitro compounds. Okay, next we can see the IUPAC nomenclature of a nitro compound. How to give IUPAC name. So for to give a IUPAC name, we should follow certain rules that has to be followed. Always we should consider about root word, we should consider about a prefix, and we should consider about a suffix word also. So I will give some compounds, then we will see how to give the name to those compounds. So first let me take some compounds, and what are all the prefix we have used, and root word what we are going to take, root word, and suffix. The suffix there are 2 type of suffix, primary suffix and secondary suffix, that is all. And what is the IUPAC? Taking before comes the compound name. Here I am going to consider nitro group as it is acting only as a prefix word. So prefix only you should use a nitro compound, there is no need of using a suffix, because whenever if I am taking a prefix and suffix, the root word is based on the number of the carbon, that is longest carbon chain. And primary suffix is used to indicate whether the compound is saturated or unsaturated. And if I am taking secondary suffix, we are going to mean it in the terms of functional group. Then the one question has comes, okay, here also nitro group, functional group, why don't you use as a secondary suffix? Some of the suffix you can use only, some of the functional group you can use only as a prefix. So nitro compound you can use only as a prefix. So if I take first compound CH3NO2, here CH3NO2, 1 carbon, 3 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen and 2 oxygen, the compound is made up of the element. And what is that prefix I can use? So just before I told you, the prefix always you should take the functional group. The prefix word I can use as nitro. And what is the root word? Here the carbon number is 1. So the root word for the compound is meth. Whether a compound is saturated or unsaturated, your compound is saturated. So I can use a word as ane. So whether secondary suffix present in the compound? No. So not possible. So how do you give a IUPAC name? Just we are taking a prefix word should be written first, followed by the root word meth and followed by the suffix ane. So your compound name is what? Nitromethane. So nitro compound should be acting only as a prefix here. and second compound CH3 CH2 NO2. You take this. So, if I am taking this compound, you know this nitro will be acting as a prefix because it is only a functional group. And how do you select a longest carbon chain? 1, 2. The number of carbon atom is 2. What is the root word? If the number of carbon atom is 2 means eth. I can take only eth. And whether your compound is saturated or unsaturated, of course your compound is saturated. So, I can use a prefix that is primary suffix word as ane, and there is no need of mentioning the secondary suffix because already we are using the prefix. So, on the whole, when you combine this, the prefix should be written first nitro and eth and followed by ane. So, your compound is nitroethane. Your compound is nitroethane. And same way, whether this 3 carbon, if I am taking CH3, CH2, CH2, NO2 like this, carbon number, or do you select the longest carbon chain? 1, 2, 3, because all this compound is made up of only carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, nitrogen. There are 4 elements present in this called the compounds. If I am taking only 3, carbon number 3, usually prefix is nitro, and what is the root word? Based on the number of carbon 3, the root word followed is prop. Whether this compound is saturated, because all are single bond, of course your compound is saturated, so use ane. There is no need of secondary suffix. So, how do you get the name? Nitro will be, prefix should be added in front of the word, followed by the root word, followed by the suffix. So, nitropropane. Okay, this compound. And one more aromatic compound. If I am taking an example of aromatic compound like C6H5NO2. C6H5NO2. Here there is a possibility, carbon number 6, that's why it is an aromatic compound. So, as usual, prefix word I can follow as nitro. And based on the number of carbon 6, the root word for this compound is benzene. Root word for this compound is benzene. So, there is no need of primary suffix and secondary suffix here because this phenyl group acting as a benzene for the root word. So, root word I have taken benzene and prefix I have used nitro. On the whole, the compound name is nitrobenzene. Suppose if I am taking this is, you know, it is a phenyl ring. It is a phenyl, that is benzene ring. C6H6. Okay, into that if I am added, suppose if I am taking this as a one position as NO2 group and third position also NO2 group. So, how do you get this? Already it is made up of carbon number 6 and carbon number 6 hydrogen 6 carbon. Into that 2 hydrogens are replaced by a NO2 group. So, on the whole you will get number of carbon is C6, but the number of hydrogen is 4 and NO2 group has how many times? 2 times. So, let me give the position if I am taking 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, this NO2 should be added as a prefix. So, I can write 1, 3 dinitro, because 2 nitro group means we should add a prefix word di. So, 1, 3 dinitro and the root word for this taken as a benzene. So, on the whole the name of the compound is 1, 3 dinitrobenzene. While giving a IUPAC name, you should follow separate for aliphatic system, you should follow separate for a aromatic system. Aliphatic system means the prefix you are considering as a nitro, and aromatic also the same nitro compound, but you should concentrate on the root word because aliphatic system is different, aromatic system is different. For aromatic you should take benzene as a root word. So, I should give nitrobenzene 1,3 dinitrobenzene. If I am going with third position substitution also, I will get a compound. Suppose if I am substituting here 1, 3, 5 trinitrobenzene. So, mentioning the position of the nitro group, you should give the name. This is called how to give a IUPAC nomenclature for especially with the nitro compound, that too aliphatic and aromatic compounds. Okay, next we are going to see the preparation. We are going to see the preparation. So, first we will see the preparation of a aliphatic nitro compounds. Preparation, that too aliphatic nitro compounds, aliphatic system. So, first from alkyl bromide. You know what is alkyl group, like methyl, ethyl, isopropyl, propyl group, butyl group, all alkyl groups. Bromide means halogen. So, if I am taking bromine, I can take a Br. So, from alkyl bromide, let me take an example, alkyl bromide CH3 CH2 Br, that is ethyl bromide. The reaction between ethyl bromide with potassium nitrate, KNO2, potassium nitrite. Ethyl bromide reacts with potassium nitrite KNO2 in the presence of a ethanolic solution. You can take any ethanol, any type of alcohol, like they are given ethanolic solution. So, I can take ethanol as a reagent. So, what happens to this reactant? Simply, if you take this Br as a nucleophile and here NO2 is a nucleophile. Means what is nucleophile? A species containing a negative sign that will be acting as a nucleophile. If you take this CH3, CH2, this will be plus, this will be minus, this is a nucleophile, and here K plus, NO2 minus, this will be nucleophile. So, here simply what happened, there will be exchanging of the nucleophile. So, this reaction simply I will give a name as nucleophilic substitution reaction. One nucleophile will go and displace another nucleophile. So, you will get CH3, CH2, NO2 plus KBr. This is nitroethane. This is nitroethane, preparation of a aliphatic nitro compounds. Now, if just I mention about this is nucleophilic substitution. What type of nucleophilic substitution? This reaction follows SN2 pathway. So, what is S substitution? N for nucleophile and 2 for a bimolecular reaction. This is nothing but bimolecular nucleophilic substitution. What is actually bimolecular nucleophilic substitution means? This reaction will take place in a single step, that is leaving of a nucleophile, attacking of the nucleophile, both steps will be in the single reaction. So, you will take this follows SN2 pathway, SN2 pathway. Okay. And second one, I am going to prepare a nitro compound from alkane, So, here there are two chances, just if you are taking methane, that is one pathway, and except methane other hydrocarbons behaves in another way. First, if I am taking methane CH4, that is methane reacts with nitric acid HNO3, reacts with nitric acid. There will be replacement of one hydrogen by a nucleophile NO2, that is NO2 will be added here. So, you will get CH3NO2 plus there should be formed a side product H2O. So, what is a possible condition for this? Here this reaction will not occur as it is. When I am taking a methane, if I am adding a nitric acid, I am not getting this product. I have to apply the condition. We have to supply the temperature 675 Kelvin. And one more thing, the methane gas mixture mixed with the nitric acid, and this should be passed through one metal tube, that is called silicon tube. It is nothing but red hot condition. Red hot means highly in a hot condition. So, when this condition, if you apply only, you will get this type of product, or otherwise you are not getting the product. So, except methane, other higher members of the alkane will behave in a different way. For example, if I am taking CH3 and CH3, this is nothing but ethane. If I add the same procedure, same reagent here, okay, and applying a condition, same condition 675 Kelvin, and this mixture passed through the silicon tube at a red hot condition, I am going to get different types of products. Probably from the first equation you are expecting the product could be CH3, CH2, NO2. Is it okay? Correct. This type of product also will occur. But this type of product you may expect only 73%. In addition to that, there will be one product, that is CH3NO2. So, when we move to the higher alkane, there can be chances of getting the previous lower members of a hydrocarbon, that is methane derivative also. So, if I am taking nitromethane 73%, the remaining 27% we are going to get a nitromethane. So, this is called a mixture of a compounds we are getting. Not only one particular compound, mixture of a compound, but anyway the yield 73% only, this is only acting as a major product. This is only acting as a major product. And third one we are going to prepare from alpha chloroacetic acid. Alpha chloroacetic acid. We know acetic acid CH3COOH. Alpha chloro means if I am taking CH3COOH acetic acid, you know this is an alpha hydrogen. One of the alpha hydrogen atom, if I am replacing with chlorine, you will get alpha chloroacetic acid. From that alpha chloroacetic acid, if I am adding a reagent sodium nitrite, that is sodium nitrite, there is possible type of a product. So, from that you can expect this hydrogen will be added here, and the same way this will be cleaved like this, Na plus, NO2 minus like this, and this NO2 will be added to this compound and you will get a product CH3NO2. CH3NO2, and this carbon dioxide will be liberated as a gas, and in addition to that this will be more electronegative, this will be shifted here as a negative sign, the Cl minus will be added to the Na plus, and you are getting NaCl, that is sodium chloride, as formed as a product. This is the third method of preparation. From alpha chloroacetic acid you will get a nitromethane, that is also a aliphatic system. And fourth one, from tertiary amines. From tertiary amines. How will I get from tertiary amines? Let me take an example. Tertiary amine compound CH3, 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 NO2, that is tertiary amine compounds. Okay. Now, if I am taking this tertiary amine compounds, if you do oxidation, that is nothing but in the presence of a potassium permanganate. In the presence of a potassium permanganate. And what happened? This amine groups undergo oxidation. Oxidation means removal of a hydrogen. So, I can remove that hydrogen. Just we are getting, instead of this hydrogen, the oxygen should be added, and you are going to get the nitro compounds NO2. In addition to that, the side product you are going to get a water molecule. Here just I have taken 2 hydrogen, but I have added here 2 oxygen, here 1 oxygen, requirement is 3 oxygen. Tertiary nitro compounds, this is called as what? A tertiary nitro compound. The name of this compound is, if I am taking this a nitro group, if I am taking a longest carbon chain, suppose if I am taking this 1, 2, 3 like that, second position nitro 1 substitution and methyl group 1 substitution. So, on the whole I am going to get 2 methyl 2 nitropropane. The name of this compound is 2-methyl 2-nitropropane. So, you are writing the name, or otherwise you can write the tertiary nitro compounds. And fifth method, just we are taking fifth method from acetaldioxime. So, what is acetaldioxime means? Suppose if I am taking CH3 CH double bond NOH, this name as acetaldioxime. From acetaldioxime we are going to prepare a nitro compound, but the special reagent I am going to use is CF3, that is trifluoro compound CO3H. The name of that reagent is trifluoroperoxy acetic acid. That is, acetic acid is CH3COOH, only 2 oxygen. Peroxy means I have added 1 more oxygen, and I have replaced 3 hydrogen by a fluoro group. So, trifluoroperoxy acetic acid. So, this reagent we are using, what is the purpose means? It is nothing but oxidation. It is nothing but oxidation. So, if I am doing that oxidation, I need the product CH3. This hydrogen will be added here as CH2 and N was already present. This oxygen will be added to this compound and you will get CH3 CH2 NO2, that is nitroethane compound. So, that is all the preparation of a aliphatic system. Aliphatic we have prepared from the 5 preparation. One is from alkyl bromide, from alkane, from alpha chloroacetic acid, from tertiary amine, from acetaldioxime.